Hello, I'm Karina. Welcome to this Yin Yoga practice today. Sometimes in life we can get a real shock to the heart energy, and this could be as a result of having a fight with somebody. Maybe you've had a real upset at work or at home. Maybe you've got a fright somewhere today. Maybe something's just really rattled your system and you're not feeling very settled. It's really easy to give ourselves a hard time and actually try and get in our heads and talk ourselves back to feeling okay, but it's very different to actually feeling settled again in the heart and feeling grounded again in the body. And so that's the intention of this practice today. This is a Yin Yoga practice to soothe the heart. For this practice, I've got a bolster and a block. So if you've got those, you're going to want those nearby. Otherwise, we'll just make do with some props that you can make shift from home. And we're going to start this practice by regrounding into the body. So you could sit cross-legged like I am, or if you want to lean back against a wall or even lay on the floor to start, you absolutely can do that. So just take a moment to find a position that's going to really serve you as a starting place. And when you get there, we're just going to slide one hand over the center of the chest and place the other hand on the upper abdomen. And just letting the hands rest here in a way that's not stressful or hard working for your shoulders and your arms. Gently noticing the addition of temperature change that's just occurred as you place your hands on your body. And from all the things that happened today, or that happened recently, just see if it's possible to start inviting your mind to come in toward this sensation of the hands resting on the body. Like you're calling yourself back home. And then gently begin to see if you can notice yourself breathing here. You might actually feel the hand on the chest and the hand on the belly moving as you breathe. And as that breath continues to move in and out, just gently bring some of your attention to your face and invite a really slow melting feeling down from your forehead through your facial muscles, your eyelids, your cheeks, your mouth and lips, the inside of the mouth, the jaw, the chin, and then bring that attention all the way back into the hands. Easy breath moving in and out of the hands. Sinking down into 3 more exhalations here. then take one really long, large breath down into your belly space, as if you were trying to expand that space a lot. And then open up your mouth and exhale out slowly and completely. Allowing some of which you've been holding inside to move out of you. And we'll do that again. Breathing in. Opening the mouth and breathing out slowly and completely. One more time, breathing in. Great. And then in your own time, gently readjust your hands into a prayer position right in the center of the chest. We're going to start this sequence with a little bit of movement, which is not always how a Yin Yoga class starts, but that's what we're going to do today. So, with hands at heart, we're going to do this little sequence together. Breathing in. Interlace your fingers together, and as you breathe out, press the palms forward round your back and let your chin melt in towards your chest. You might even rock back on your sitting bones slightly. As you inhale, press the palms forward and up over your head. And as you exhale, release the hands behind your back and interlace the fingers again. Roll the shoulders back as you breathe in. Stretch the arms back, stretch the chest open, open the throat. Exhale, release the hands. And then we're going to I'm placing my left hand on the floor. You could go right or left, whatever you want to do. And we're going to take a little side bend. So I'm breathing my right arm up and I'm stretching over as I exhale. As I breathe in, I'm going to lift up a little bit. And then I'm turning over that left knee for a little stretch of my back and neck. And now I'm reversing that. So coming back to sideways, side stretch, and then inhale, lift up. Exhale here. We'll do the opposite side. I'm breathing my left arm up over top and side stretching. Inhale to lift up, and then turning and forward folding over my right knee. Reversing my way out, little side stretch. Lifting up to center. And then bringing the hands back to the heart. We're going to do that again. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Hands move behind the back. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, release. Inhale, side bend. Take it forward. Side bend. Breathing up. Opposite side. Forward. Reversing. Lifting up. Bring the hands to rest on the knees. Take a breath in. Exhale. And treat this little moment here like you would a rebound. A moment's pause. Very gently noticing your state, how you're feeling. You can stay here as long as you like. And then the next thing we're going to be doing is reaching for our bolster and laying the spine back over the bolster. So I'm going to bring my bolster onto the mat. And then slowly lower myself down. So my head is resting, my arms are wide. I'm going to bring the soles of my feet together and let the knees open out, but you do whatever it is that you like to do with your legs. They could be long, outstretched. Perhaps feet are on the floor with knees resting together. If the knees are opened out wide like mine, sometimes this is called a reclined butterfly. And if you are following along with me, you might be getting some kind of a broad yin type stretch through the hip joints and also through the inner legs. And we're just going to rest here for a little bit. Let that soft washing sensation revisit any parts of tension that you find in the face, especially around the mouth. Noticing the bolster rising up under your back, supporting the back of the heart. And we're just going to sink back into that feeling of support for about 5 more long exhalations. Take a long, nourishing breath down into your belly. And let all that breath out. Moving as slowly as you need to today. Finding a way to clear that bolster out from beneath your back. And allowing your spine and the back of your head to come and meet the floor. At any point, if you need to add in some kind of mindful movement, maybe it's window wiping the knees or hugging the knees to chest, you go ahead, you do what you need to do. And when that feels complete, and it might not feel complete yet, so you take your time, we're going to be placing the feet on the floor and setting up for a couple of spinal twists. So making sure you've got room for your arms, and we'll go ahead and float the right leg up, cross it over the left. I find it helpful to lift up my hips and move them a bit further to the right side of the mat before letting the knees melt across to the left. You might need something under the knees, a cushion, a blanket, some kind of support. Some people also like a prop under the back arm, particularly if it's floating up in space. This is a posture that gently helps to rotate the spine passively with gravity. It can also be a nice yin stretch for the glute of the top leg and the top corner of the chest. So the right side of the chest here for me. And we're going to be here for a little bit as well. So do make sure that you're comfortable and well supported. And depending on how this is feeling for you, there's approximately 4 or 5 breaths left to stay here in. But come out early if you need to. And then slowly finding a way to move your body out of that twisted shape. Add in any movements that feel good, and then seek out for yourself a rebound, which is just a place that feels restful and effortless, particularly for the places that felt strong amounts of sensation in the posture. And we let that rest. And when you feel genuinely ready to move, we're going to take that posture on the opposite side. So walking your feet up onto the mat, floating the left leg up and over the right, moving the hips a little further to the left, and then slowly allowing the knees to melt across to the right. I tend to notice that there's a lot stronger resistance in my body on the second side, which you might be noticing as well. So just give it a couple of breaths and see if your body is telling you this is too much, or if it needs to be propped a particular way. And then noticing what other kinds of broad stretching sensations are beginning to emerge in the posture. Are you able to breathe? And is that breath able to be smooth? And that should give you a good clue as to whether or not this is too much. There's approximately 4 or 5 rounds of breath left here for you if you choose to stay. Breathing deeply down your spine, breathing out, and mindfully maneuvering your way out of that twist. Go easy as you find what your body is craving for you to do, and then slide on down into a rebound of your choice. when that feels genuinely complete, your rebound, we're going to find a way to move out of the floor and bring yourself up to sitting. How are you feeling? Hopefully there's a little bit of a sense of grounding down that has begun to occur already. We are now going to move into caterpillar pose, which is a long held forward fold. So turning yourself so that you're sitting on your mat or on the floor with your legs stretched out in front of you. Caterpillar pose does often benefit from some hamstring support, particularly if you know this is a very tight region of your body, which will also be impacting your low back and affecting your ability for the pelvis to roll forward. So I quite like recommending to slide your bolster or something, it could be a rolled up blanket or a towel, under the knees. That's one option. You might find this is a little bit bulky, and so another option is to actually have this on top. But I'd only recommend this if your hamstrings feel like they've got enough give in them for you to bring your body forward. And I do also find that even in the initial stages, something to support the head as the spine muscles are letting go can be nice. So have a little play, and you might find that you need to back out and change it up. That's fine. I'm going to have the bolster on my legs today. That was a lot of explaining, wasn't it? And then just let all the bones in your feet and your legs and your pelvis drop toward the floor. Permission to slouch. Let the belly be soft. And then in your own time, we're letting the head dangle forward. And we're rounding forward. You might choose to actually support your head with your hands if this is quite strong, or your chin. Or the block might be perfect underneath your head. The regions of the body most likely to feel this are the backs of the legs, the lower back, and the muscles of the back all the way up and over to the forehead. But we want to find ourselves in a place where we're feeling that, or some of that, but we're still able to breathe smoothly. That's how your nervous system knows that you're safe. So where is this showing up for you already? Where can you feel this? Is it too strong? Is it not strong enough? Do you want to go in a little further? And you're welcome to adjust this as often as you need, but we are going to be here for a little while. Come out if you need to. There's 5 more breaths on offer for you here if you'd like them. Breathing in slowly and deeply. Breathing out slowly and completely. Easing your spine up and out of your caterpillar and gradually guiding yourself down to a restful position, likely to be down on your back. The lower back can grab quite a bit when it's rebounding, so you might actually prefer knees knocking together or your bolster under your knees. And it can be quite soothing if you want to have your hands resting on your belly as the dust settles around that last pose. And it sometimes feels really nice to hug the knees to the chest after your rebound. Rock around a little bit. And if you are hugging knees to chest, just let that rocking sensation help you to find your way up to sitting. And the last yin posture we're going to explore in this sequence is sleeping swan. You might have your way of getting into that pose. I quite like to start in a cross-legged seat with my right leg in front, and then I lean out to the right to bring my left leg behind me, and then I start to maneuver myself around to figure things out. Don't worry too much about the hips not being square. It doesn't matter. What's more important is that you do get some kind of a broad stretching sensation in the glute of the front leg. So if that means you want to lean heavily out to the right, great. If this foot is close to you or far away from you, it doesn't matter. You work it out as per your own anatomy. Remembering, smooth, easy breath is more important. If you were in pain, you wouldn't be breathing. And when that feels like it's all in a good place, at least initially, just easing yourself down and forward. You might have the block under your head. That's quite nice. Or the bolster under your torso to snuggle into.
Can you hear the sound of your own breath in this position? And what happens if you slow that breathing down just a little bit? And depending on how this is going for you, there's about 6 breaths left. Take a long breath in,
Breathing out. Be kind with your movements as you figure out how you're going to get out of that posture. And let's take a rebound before we do the other side. So whatever is restful and easeful for you. Take a long, nourishing breath down into your belly. Let all that breath go. And starting to move and come up out of the floor and find yourself in the opposite side of your sleeping swan. If you want to come in with me, I've returned to a cross-legged seat with left leg in front. I'm going to lean out to the left and bring my right leg behind me. And just see what's up on this side. I haven't met a person yet who tells me they are perfectly symmetrical from the left to the right sides of their body. So this side will probably want slightly different placement of the left leg, slightly different arrangements of where your torso might be. So just listen in and see what's needed over here for you. It might be a lot stronger, or it might be a lot more open. It's probably got to do with the shape of your bones in the hip socket and how the muscles have developed above that joint. Very normal. Smoothing out your breath. And there's about 6 breaths left to travel through here. And you can decide how many of those you want to stay for. Take a long breath into your whole body. Exhaling out from your whole body. Support yourself as you move out of your sleeping swan and into the last rebound of the sequence. How are you feeling now? Has anything shifted? Maybe things feel exactly the same. Slowly start to figure out what you're going to need for your Shavasana today. You might be happy to simply slide your legs out and open the arms and you're there. You might like some support under your knees or a blanket over your body. It's important that you feel comfortable and warm. So just take some time to rearrange your body and your props so that you could spend the next couple of minutes in a very restful position. You're very welcome to return one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly through Shavasana if that makes sense. And whether you're doing that or not, we're just making an energetic gesture here that this body is a safe place to be. And just take some time to notice where your body is making direct contact with the floor or anything else that you have underneath you. You might start at the feet and slowly work your way up to the head. And once you have felt into where the back of your head is resting, can you place your mind on the feeling of all of those points of contact underneath you at the same time, from your heels up to your head? And as you breathe out, invite all of those points of contact to melt deeper into the floor. Breath out by breath out. And now we will quietly rest here for a few minutes. Gently starting to notice the feeling of breathing in. Letting your inhalation start to fill up your body and wake you up. You can stay resting on the floor, or if you'd like to come and close the practice in an upright seat, you can come and meet me there. Bringing the hands back to the front of the body. Thank you for practicing with me today. Take care of your heart space. Namaste.